This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
7, Auburn 6.
Back here at Francis Field on the campus of Washington University in St. Louis, Ed Doherty alongside Dave Wilson as the Case Western Reserve University Spartans lead the Washington University Bears 7-0. Case's lone touchdown this afternoon came in the first quarter. Near the end of the first quarter, Derek Bush had a 9-yard touchdown run that capped a 9-play, 67-yard drive for the Spartans. Other than that, nothing on the scoreboard. On the stat sheet, though, it completely tilts towards the Spartans. They have 210 yards in total offense compared to the WashU Bears' 53. Case is running the football, 29 carries on the ground this afternoon, 146 yards rushing for the Spartans in the first half. The WashU Bears have just 5 yards rushing this afternoon. Whalen, 6 of 12, 64 yards, 2 interceptions, one of them coming on the final play of the first half. And Dave, statistically, it looks like Case should be running away with this as they have in the other 9 games this season. Instead, they had a blocked field goal. They've had a couple of drives end on interceptions, and it's 7-0. And Case is in a dogfight for the first time in the third quarter this season.
Well, they sure are at 7-0 as we get ready to start the third quarter here at Francis Field. Austin Mormon will kick off. Case will have the ball to start play here in the second half. Brian Metalsitz will take this football at his own 7-yard line to the 15, out to the 20, across the 30-yard line, turns it to the 35, still on his feet, out to the 40-yard line before he is finally tackled, finally knocked to the ground by the kicker, Austin Mormon. And that wipes out a great return by Brian Metalsitz, and the Spartans will come out on offense, leading it by a score of 7-0, and that was not a typo on the halftime stats. Case out rushing WashU 146-5 in the first half. Here come the Spartans now. 2 receivers on the right. Eye in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Whalen rolls out, goes downfield for Cowdrick, who makes his first catch of the day at the 50-yard line. A pickup of close to 12 for the Spartans, and the junior, right on cue after having his halftime interview today, catches the first pass from Whalen in the second half.
It seems like no catch that Cowdrick ever makes is in the open. Everything is in a crowd. Every time he catches the football, he gets hit, and he gets right back up. Same thing on that play. Cowdrick turned around, caught the football, and got laid out.
His 15th catch of the year. This time they will hand it to Greg Meyer, who runs across the 45, down close to the 43-yard line. He runs for 6 yards. Meyer, in the first half, ran for 40 yards on 5 carries. So that's his 6th carry of the day after the early part of the first half, Ed. We really didn't see him very much after that. It was mostly Derek Bush.
Well, and you have to remember that Whalen also had 40 yards in the first half, but he'd been sacked a couple of times, so that brought down the rushing total.
13:54 to go in the third quarter. They'll go to Meyer again, tries to turn the corner, gets caught from behind, but somehow still manages to meander back to the line of scrimmage after he was hit in the backfield. It'll be third down and about 5 for the Spartans from the 44-yard line. So Meyer did lose a yard there on that play.
Cowdrick nicely in the ball game. Sutka checks out for Case.
Colasar nicely on the left. Holmick and Cowdrick on the right. Dan Whalen from the shotgun. He has Corey checking with him in the backfield. Out nicely, lines up tight on the left. Whalen looks to pass. Takes the snap. He'll go downfield, right sideline, looking for Holmick, and he dives and he makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. Zach Holmick, the sophomore out of Chicago, ends up going out of bounds as he hauls that one in. 4th down and 5.
WashU had a different defensive set. They had 4 down linemen. They had shifted the linemen to the right side or the left side of the Case offensive line. Whalen stepped away from that pressure. That's why he brought nicely back as a second protector. As he did get a clean ball out there to Holmick.
So Whalen will punt now on 4th down and 5. They come after him. He gets the punt away. It's end over end. It does not take a Case bounce, although it will be down at the 20-yard line.
24-yard kick for Dan Whalen.
24-yard punt on the play by Ben Whalen.
So the Spartans give it up on the punt after they fail on third down on the deep ball to Homick. 7-0 Case, 12:53 to go here in the third quarter. Great to have you with us today for Spartans football. Case 9-0, Washington 5-4. Case trying to win the UAA title outright. They are 2-0 in league play and trying to complete their second consecutive undefeated regular season. Buck Smith back out, the senior quarterback out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, with his team at the 21-yard line. Smith calling out the signals. One man in the backfield, 4 receivers set right now for the Bears. They'll go back and hand to Matt Glenn, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage and knocked backward.
Number 40, Matt Glenn, the ball.
Case with some good penetration there. John Genovese in there on the tackle. Jake May got in there as well. Dale English was there. Brian Calderon, a host of Spartans there to meet Glenn.
Well, and Ben Klobina saw something in the formation. He was lined up on a wide receiver and shifted over into run support before the ball was snapped.
Case a little jumpy there. Nobody got into the neutral zone. 12:20 to go here in the third quarter. Second down, 11. The previous play loses only 1. They'll go back and hand to Glenn again. He puts his head down, runs over Sasala, and gets out close to the 24-yard line. So he picks up 4, and it's third down for the Bears, and around 7 to go.
WashU's going to continue to run the football. I think the Case defensive coaches would be happy with that, the way the Case defensive front 7 played in the first half. They shut that WashU running game completely down. It was non-existent. Offensively, I mean, WashU in the first half only had 53 total yards. So the unit doing a nice job.
7-0 Case. Buck Smith fires it over the middle, and the pass incomplete. He was looking for Golias. Dom Golias, the fine receiver out of Medina, Ohio. He had only 1 catch in the first half. He leads their team in receiving. That one was right in his hands, but dropped. And it's 4th down and 7, and Austin Mormon will come in to punt this one away for the Bears. In Case will get it back. Sean Nicely back deep to receive, and he'll stand near his own 35-yard line to receive this kick. Keep an eye on Tommy Bawden, who is in there as well, but they do snap it to Mormon, and he'll kick it away. Nicely will make the catch at the 32-yard line to the 35. Now goes backwards. He's hit and dropped. They'll give him forward progress out to the 32, and that's where the Spartans will take over. 7-0 Case with 11:20 to go here in the third quarter. And we talked about it a little in the first half. D3Football.com making some playoff predictions this week based on who they think will be getting in. And they have Case as a potential number 4 seed in the East region of the bracket, which would match them up in a first-round game against Otterbein, but of course that is all speculation right now. Back to hand it off to Deitman on the first play. Nowhere to go with it. Deitman is wrapped up and driven to the turf.
And surprising today that Derek Bush and Greg Meyer and even Corey Checken have been able to get free, but Bill Deitman just hasn't gotten started this afternoon.
Andrew Berryman on the tackle of Deitman. No gain. Second down. And 10 for the Spartans. 10:50 to go here in the third quarter. Case is guarding a 1-touchdown lead right now. 7-0. Dan Whalen from the shotgun. Calls out the signals. There's the snap back to the junior out of Willoughby South. He'll go over the middle. It's caught by Zach Homick. Stays on his feet. Gets across the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 9 to Zach Homick. It'll be third down and 3 for the Spartans from the 40-yard line.
Well, Case had taken their 2 tight ends out of the ballgame, brought in 2 wide receivers. WashU hadn't made a substitution. Andrew Berryman and Kyle Huber, the 2 outside linebackers, were lined up man-to-man on Homick and Cowdrick in the slots. So Case had a mismatch on that play.
Colasar and Cowdrick on the left. Homick and Nicely on the right.
Same setup. WashU with linebackers covering slot receivers.
Deitman is in the backfield. Whalen back to throw. Looks to get rid of it. Deitman is open, but now they find Cowdrick downfield across the 50 to the 45 and knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Andrew Berryman simply lost track of Tim Cowdrick in the shakeup as he thought Whalen was going to run. He stepped away from Cowdrick. Cowdrick was standing wide open waiting on the pass from Whalen.
Cowdrick did not have a catch in the first half. He has 2 here in the second half today. That's a first down for the Spartans. They're in Washington Bears territory right now, leading it 7-0. 9:36 to go in the third quarter of the 10th and final regular season game of 2008. Case 9-0. And Whalen will work from the shotgun again. Tight formation this time, 2 receivers on each side. Whalen back to throw, standing at midfield, looking downfield. Lots of time for Whalen. Still has protection. Still looking downfield. He'll have to run it out of bounds. Whalen ends up with a 1-yard gain, out of bounds at the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 9.
Out of bounds by number 90, Brent Sensible.
WashU dropped into kind of an umbrella zone. All their defensive backs kind of bubbled out about 15 yards downfield, waiting for Whalen to throw the ball underneath, almost daring him to throw the ball underneath, not letting anybody get deep. Whalen was forced to run out of bounds when nobody was open.
3 receivers on the left now. Cowdrick, Colasar, and Nicely. Homick is the lone man on the right. Whalen back to throw. He wants to shovel it. Now he'll keep it himself. Turns it upfield. He's ridden out of bounds across the 35 down close to the 34-yard line. He'll have a 3rd and about 3 coming up as Whalen ends up getting some yardage out of that. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Spartans continue to ground up yardage and eat up clock.
Yeah, I was going to say that very thing. They keep the clock moving here. Now 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter already. Spartans leading it by a score of 7-0 here at Francis Field in St. Louis. They'll go to Corey Checken on 3rd and 3. Puts that head down, keeps the feet moving. He has the first down to the 30-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Corey Checken.
31, Corey Checken, the ball carrier.
It's hard to arm tackle Corey Checken. It's hard to get lower than him underneath his shoulder pads. So inevitably you're going to give up 3, 4, 5 yards of carry to Corey Checken just because of his style of running.
Well, he does his job and gets the Spartans a first down. Greg Meyer checks back in now in the backfield with Dan Whalen. 4 receivers set again. Homick and Nicely on the right. Cowdrick, Colasar on the left. Cowdrick in the slot left. Meyer lines up to Whalen's right. He'll block for Whalen. Now Dan in trouble. He is grabbed in the backfield, and he is sacked. Tim Olivos comes back in from his safety spot, blitzing Dan Whalen, and throws him down at the 40-yard line, a loss of 10.
Too many players to block, not enough offensive linemen to account for everybody, including the blitz.
40-yard line. 2nd down, 20.
7:23 to go in the third quarter. 10-yard loss. And it is 2nd down and 20 now from the 40-yard line. Whalen rolls out, goes to Homick, catch and run at the 40, and to the 32-yard line.
It's most of it back. Yeah. It's most of the sack back, but still short of the original line of scrimmage in Case, looking at 3rd and long.
3rd and about 13 for Case with 6:55 to go here in the third quarter. Great to have you with us today for Case football. We're in St. Louis, Missouri, where it is cold, temperature in the mid-30s right now. Wind continuing to blow in the face of the Case offense right now as they move against the wind at the WashU 33-yard line. Case in striking distance here, but a 3rd and 13. Whalen takes the signals. He'll drop back to throw, looking downfield, steps through the pocket, throws it out to Nicely, and it's incomplete at the 30-yard line. 4th down and 13 for the Spartans.
Well, even with the catch, Sean Nicely would have had a lot of work to do to pick up a first down. Nicely would have caught the football just inside the 30, was still looking at 9 more for the first down. Ball was slightly behind him. Nicely had to turn his shoulders to catch it, couldn't come up with it.
And Nicely was the release valve on that play. Everybody else downfield covered. You can tell that WashU has really scouted Case well, and they've taken away that deep threat today. Case is going to go for it here on 4th and 13. Deep enough in Washington territory to go for it. 4th and 13 from the 33. They have to get to the 20. Whalen fakes. Rolls out to the right. Still on his feet. Gets rid of the football. Incomplete. Looking for Corey Chekin out of the backfield. And the Bears will take over. The Spartans roll the dice. And they lose on that particular down as they give it away on downs, and it's 1st and 10 from the WashU 33-yard line.
We played almost 9 minutes here in the third quarter. WashU has run just 3 offensive plays.
So Case elected to go for it rather than try and pin them deep. WashU starting at their own 33, down by a touchdown. Here's Bud Smith. He'll go back, fake a handoff to Glenn, rolls out, throws it over the middle, and it is intercepted. Tipped up in the air and picked off by the Spartans. Case coming up with the loose ball as Mike Pelyak ends up catching the football. It was tipped, and the Spartans get the ball back on the turnover.
I believe that was Lisa Sala that got his hand up, knocked the ball up in the air, and Pelyak made a diving catch for the football.
Mike Pelyak, the 6-foot junior out of Newton Falls High School, pulls that one in. Mike Pelyak with his first interception of the season, and the Spartans get it back after losing it a moment ago on 4th down. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Back to throw Whalen, rolls out, looking for Colasar downfield. He's covered, and Whalen goes out of bounds. And Whalen running it, and steps out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Whalen.
Well, now in the third quarter for WashU, they've had 2 running plays. One of them went for minus yardage, an incomplete pass over the middle, and an interception. Offensively, WashU has done nothing in the third quarter. The Case defense continuing what they did in the first half, even tightening more here in the third quarter.
And we heard from Marcus McCullough at halftime about the way this team has played defensively. He's obviously very pleased at the way they have defended opponents week in and week out here in 2008. Bill Deitman trying to turn the left corner. He is caught and thrown down at the line of scrimmage. First man to him was Tim Olivos. We've called his name a lot today. Nicely done by Olivos, and it is third down now and 7 from the Washington 35 for the Case Western Reserve Spartans.
And again, Bill Deitman just can't get it going this afternoon.
Case came into this game averaging over 42 points a game, which ranked 10th among Division III teams, but held to 7 so far today, 7-0. They lead WashU. Whalen calls out the signals. Snap goes back to the junior quarterback. In the pocket, fires for Caldrick over the middle. He is hit twice and knocked to the turf as that ball went sailing over the top of his head.
You know, it's amazing that Tim Caldrick is still playing football. In fact, it's amazing he's even still walking, considering some of the injuries he suffered both on the field and off the field. We talked about the accident he had while in high school doing some roofing and falling and breaking his back. Had a hamstring earlier this season, nagged him for the first part of the 08 campaign.
And of course, the broken ankle a year ago that wiped out the final weeks of his season. Back to throw Whalen on 4th and 7. They'll go for it again. Whalen, no one to throw to, goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And again, WashU will take over on downs as Case fails on 2 successive 4th down plays. They gave it up on the 33 last time. They give it up on the 35 this time. The defense comes back out, guarding a 7-0 lead here. 4:44 to go in the third quarter.
Okay, staying with that 4-2-5. Could be a 4-3, depending on where you place Klobina.
Right now, Glenn carries the football, is hit by Pelyak, and then knocked down. He picks up maybe 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 is Matt Glenn, the junior, carries the football.
Jeff Brown in on the big hit. And despite as well as the Case defense has played, we haven't really called Jeff Brown's name a whole lot this afternoon.
Brown playing on a sore ankle, a left ankle that he sprained last week at Case Field, but told us earlier this week it was feeling fine. They'll hand this one off to Glenn. Looks for a hole, and he is knocked down near the 40-yard line. A loss of 1 on the play. Third down. A long 6 to go for Wash U. Late stages of the third quarter today. Case looking to go 10-0. They are 9-0 on the season, ranked 11th in the country.
Third down 5.
3:35 to go. We're in the third quarter here at Francis Field, the site of the 1904 Olympic Games. Buck Smith working from the shotgun. He has 4 receivers in the game right now. Third down play. Buck Smith goes to the air. Man open, and it is knocked down. Incomplete. Luis Gonsalves getting a handle on that ball and knocks it away before it settled into the hands of Easton Knott. And it's 4th down and 5 for WashU.
The Bears will be forced to kick.
4th down 5.
Nice play. Luis Gonsalves really sold out on the play, completely airborne to get his hand on that ball and knock it away.
Luis Gonsalves with a big defensive play there, preventing the completion, which would have gone for big yardage. And Sean Nicely will go back to receive this kick from Austin Mormon. Mormon, the 6'2 freshman out of Rockford. Now they will throw it on a direct snap to Bawden, and he fires it downfield. Incomplete. He was looking for Mike Weiss, and they didn't try to make a punt. As they snapped that one directly to Tommy Bawden, the former minor league baseball player in the Red Sox organization. Bawden, the senior defensive back, fired it too far downfield for Weiss. And the Spartans will take over, and that was a big gamble, Ed, because the Spartans take over in WashU territory.
Well, but that seems to be the brick wall for the Spartans. They can move down to about the 30-yard line of WashU, and then the offense just seems to sputter out.
So here come the Spartans now, 1st and 10 from the WashU 40-yard line. Back to hand off to Derek. Nope, that's Greg Meyer across the 35 down to the 31-yard line. Pickup of 9 for Greg Meyer. 2nd down and short for the Spartans. I do not understand that call on the fake punt. Case went for it on 4th down a couple of times deep in Washington territory, but that time they bring out the fake play, but at a time when they're going to give the ball back to Case in their own end of the field, and it's only a 7-0 ball game.
And Case must have seen something on film as well, because they had that gunner double covered and nicely rolled over to force the triple coverage.
They'll hand this one to Corey Chekin on 2nd and short. He has the 1st down as he gets close to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Corey Chekin. 1st and 10 Spartans with 2:21 to go here in the third quarter today at Francis Field in St. Louis.
The way the Spartans are running the football, I continue just to pound it away on this WashU defense. They've been on the field a long time here in the second half already. And the way Derek Bush and Greg Meyer have run the football this afternoon, Corey Chekin also with some lead blocks and carries, keep feeding him the football.
Greg Meyer has the football across the 20, down to the 15. He's on his feet to the 10, to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
There's a hold on the play.
Flag in the backfield as Meyer tiptoed 26 yards into the end zone, and it is going to come back.
It's either going to be Chris Center or Ryan Brion on that side of the line.
Now the Spartans guilty of a holding penalty. There's the call. And the touchdown wiped out by Greg Meyer. And the Spartans will have the football at the 36-yard line. So they mark that one back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
10-yard penalty against the Spartans for offensive holding. The ball moves back
7-0 Case. Less than 2 to go here in the third quarter. First down and 20. for the Spartans. Dan Whalen takes the snap. He will roll out, looks downfield, being rushed, still on his feet to the left side, throws it across the middle to Nicely. He has it on his feet over the 30 and tackled at the 29-yard line, a pickup of 7. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Spartans with just over a minute and a half to go now in the third quarter of action.
Whalen simply a wizard in the backfield, turning around, twisting and turning, finding some extra room to settle down in and squaring his shoulders up to get that pass off.
High in the backfield with Checkett and Meyer. They will go back and hand to Greg Meyer. He hits the pile, gets down to the 25-yard line. Picks up 4. And you're looking now at a 4th down and about 9 for Case. Am I saying that right, or is it 3rd down? Under a minute to play in the third quarter. It is only 3rd down because the first play was a 1st down and 20. 3rd down and 9 from the 25-yard line. The Spartans, the long 3rd down play here, deep in Washington territory at the 25-yard line. Whalen will go back and throw from the shotgun. Steps through the pocket, tries to run it, but he's caught from behind and tackled. John Schneider, the sophomore defensive lineman, gets Whalen from behind. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Clock continues to move.
That'll be the end of the third quarter. Play clock just under 20 seconds now.
Yeah, the game clock at 10, so the Spartans will not have another play to run in the third quarter. It will be 4th and 11 from the 27-yard line of Wash U when we start play in the fourth quarter. So after 3, your score, K7, Washington University, nothing. The all-important fourth quarter is coming up in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Hi, my name is Bill Jones. I'm from Denver, Maine, and we spent 38 years in ministry, and after we retired, we found that we really wanted to be able to continue with doing the ministry. So when we heard about Andy Willoughby's 3-step plan, well, we jumped at it. Before we had just our pension and our Social Security, and now we're finding we're able to really do some things that we weren't able to do with that, especially as it relates to helping folks in ministry and missionary efforts and so forth. We like it because it helps people, and that's kind of been our orientation all of our life. Andy Willoughby's 3-step plan has helped us begin to achieve financial freedom, and it also helps us to continue our ministry in helping other people.
After 5 years, the 3-step plan is a proven success story. If you're tired of worrying about money all the time, go to 3stepplan.com or call 888-366-5258. 888-366-5258.
WHKW Cleveland. Today's Spartan football game is presented on Northern Ohio's Christian talk station, AM 1220, The Word.
Start the fourth quarter.
Sam Coffey is on to attempt a 45-yard field goal. This would be a career long for Coffey. There's the snap. Colasar gets the hold down. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. Sam Coffey, a career-high 45-yard field goal. And the Spartans extend the lead now to 10-0 with 14:55 to go in the fourth quarter. So on 4th down, the Spartans send out Coffey. He had one blocked earlier. That's his 8th field goal of the year and the longest of his 2-year career here at Case. And that is Sam's 20th career field goal, leaving him just 2 short of tying the school record.
Well, Greg Debelak choosing to use the wind behind him. And the Case Spartans will have the wind at their backs for the next 15 minutes. So an offensive Wash U that was very ineffective running the football, throwing the football with their backs at the wind, now will face into the wind, trailing 10-0 instead of just 7-0. So a 2-score lead, all important 3 points for the Case Spartans.
So they open up the fourth quarter with a Sam Coffey 45-yard kick, and they lead it 10-0. And the Spartans will kick off. Here we go as the defense will come back on the field. Now guarding a 10-0 lead. Coffey with an end-over-end kick, short kick. It'll be taken at the 17-yard line, back to the 25. And that's about it. Brought back by Kyle Gray, or that might have been Mike Weiss, number 9, who brought that kick back, and it looks like it was Mike Weiss who returned it out to the 27-yard line.
Third quarter stats, Case 77 yards in total offense. The WashU Bears just 8 on 8 offensive plays. Spartans overall 287 yards, WashU 61.
First and 10 from the 27. Matt Glenn carrying the football, and he gets out close to the 29-yard line. Pickup of 2 for Glenn. Glenn, the junior out of Issaquah, Washington, has really been their only weapon today. The Case defense has not pitched a shutout this year, but they may have to do that today. Right now it's 10-0 Case following the three-pointer by Sam Coffey to start the fourth quarter.
Last shutout for Case came last season. They shut out St. Vincent's 42-0.
Buck Smith calling out the signals. 3 receivers in the game. They'll go back and hand to Matt Glenn. Tries to turn it upfield over right tackle. Has some running room out to the 35. Still on his feet at the 36-yard line before he is finally yanked down by Bobby Bott.
Well, depending on whether or not this is a left or right foot spot by the officials, it's going to be close to a first down.
They have the football resting at the 37-yard line. So he picks up 8 on the play. And they are going to bring out the chains to measure this, but it looks to be a little bit short. They needed to get across the 37. Nose of the football may be across, but they'll measure it to find out. They'll stretch out that chain and see if it's a first down. And it is very close, but short. Third down and inches for WashU right now.
Now the referee put his hands up indicating it was short, but the distance between his hands and the reality for a first down is much less. Referee indicated maybe 6 inches. That's a couple of links of the chain, not 6 inches.
So you can envision a potential dive by Buck Smith. We'll see. Right now the Spartans leading this game by a score of 10-0. We're at Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri. 13:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Case trying to go unbeaten in 2008. Here's the handoff to Matt Glenn.
I don't think he got it.
Straight ahead. The Spartans stand him straight up. Now it will be very difficult to get a loss on this play. They only had to get a couple of inches, and it is a first down. Well, the Spartans certainly got in there and hit Glenn coming straight up the middle, but
he only picked up maybe a length of the football. Nice surge by that Case defensive line.
Almost impossible to stop a running back with a full head of steam from getting 2 inches, and they did get the first down. Buck Smith will go back. They will keep it on the ground. This time they hand it to Stephen Sherman. And that's his first carry of the day. Sherman, 6'2", 200-pounder. Out of Pasadena, California. Not many days like this in Pasadena.
Tackle by number 64, Jake May.
Ball out at the 42-yard line. He picks up 4. Second down and 6 for WashU.
Certainly not the cold breezes coming off the Pacific Ocean.
It is in the mid-30s today with a very stiff wind blowing here at Francis Field in St. Louis. 12:43 to go fourth quarter. Sherman again will carry the football, and he is hit and dropped back near the 41-yard line. We'll see if they give him forward progress. They will, back to the line of scrimmage.
Jeff Brown coming on a run blitz just stood him up in the hole, waited for his teammates to get there. Brian Calderon checks back in the ballgame. Calderon missed the last couple of plays.
Calderon playing today on a severely injured left leg. Telling our Nick Stroud last week that he was going to try and give it a go this week, and he has. Quite a story. Brian Calderon fighting back to play through serious knee injury. The senior out of Brecksville, Broadview Heights. They'll hand back to, Buck Smith back to throw. Thought he would hand off. Now he'll dump it to Sherman out of the backfield. He is hit, dropped at the 45-yard line, well short of the first down. So Sherman makes the catch, picks up 2 on the little screen pass, and it will be 4th down and 3. Washington on their own 45-yard line, trailing Case by a score of 10-0.
I don't know if they have much of a decision here. Almost have to go for it, down 2 scores and not moving the football at all today.
They will keep the offensive unit on the field. Smith will work under center. 3 receivers in the game. He takes the snap, goes back to throw. Now he wants to run it himself, flips it out. It is knocked down by Ben Klabina. As they tried to get it off to Sherman, Klabina breaks up the play, and it's 1st and 10 Cases. They take over on downs in Washington territory.
Great instincts by Klabina, not trying to intercept the football, simply went up and knocked it away, punched it away, almost as if it was a jump ball at the end of a half, and you're told just knock it down, and that's exactly what Klabina did. Anything to get the ball away from the receiver.
So Buck Smith ends up throwing the incompletion on 4th down. It's 1st and 10 Case from the Washington University 45-yard line. 11-10 to go in the 4th quarter. Spartans trying to take over the game right now. They lead at 10-zip. They will hand this one to Bill Deitman. Has some good blocking to the 40 and hit from behind and knocked another couple of extra yards as he ends up being tackled at the 37-yard line. There's a shaken up player by Washington University. It's Tim Olivos. Gets up slowly and is going to limp over toward a trainer and try to make for the sideline. So Olivos hurt on the play, and Case will be looking at a 2nd down and 2 after an 8-yard run by Bill Deitman.
Olivos, a big kid in the secondary, 6'3", 205-pound strong safety.
Yeah, he has done a nice job today. We've called his name many times on Washington defensive plays today. 10-0 Case, a touchdown run by Derek Bush in the 1st quarter, a 45-yard field goal by Sam Coffey into the wind here to start the 4th quarter. Nothing much in between, except some terrific defense by Case. Dan Whalen takes the snap to Corey Checken on 2nd and 2, and he somehow dives under the pile and gets the first down. He is marked down at the 33-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Corey Checken. The junior gets Case another set of plays here down to the 33.
Corey Checken followed by the words first down.
A gain of 4 yards and a Spartan first down. 1st and 10 at the Bears.
Becoming as commonplace. The Case offense says Dan Whalen back to pass.
And Whalen right now under center. 2 receivers to the left, eye in the backfield with Deitman at tailback, Checken at fullback. Case leading at 10-0. 9:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. To Bill Deitman, checking, blocking, gets across the 30 down to the 25-yard line and finally wrestled down as he was finally tackled by Tommy Bawden. After another nice gain by Bill Deitman with some good blocking from Corey Checken. They get him down at the 26-yard line. Pickup of close to 7 there by Deitman. He has run off 15 yards on the last couple of plays. Checken and Meyer now in the backfield behind Whalen.
It'll be under 9 minutes to play in the ball game once this play is snapped and run.
DJ Sutka in the game at tight end. They'll hand to Corey Checken. First man through across the 20 down to the 19-yard line. 7-yard run for Corey Checken and another first down for Case as they get inside the red zone.
Bad news for Wash U. Olivos is headed to training table. Can't put any weight on his leg. His right leg, still looking at it on the training table on the sideline.
8:55 to go. As Ed said, now under 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Whalen works from the shotgun. Colasar on the left along with Kaldrick in the slot. Here's the handoff. They will go to Greg Meyer. Turns it upfield. Gets to the 15. Down to the 10. And he is tackled Meyer ran it in from 26 earlier in the second half, but had that touchdown run negated by a holding penalty. He gets down to the 10-yard line there. And it should be close to a first down. 2nd and inches now for Case.
A gain of 9.
Are we guessing who gets the football here, Dave?
9-yard pickup for Meyer, and now 2nd and less than a yard, and Corey Checken lines up in the backfield. Whalen calls out the signals. They'll go back. They'll hand to Corey Checken. Ahead for the first down inside the 5, and he's tackled near the 4-yard line. Case lined up in that 2 tight end set with Sutka and Bryce Coleman, and they just opened up a big hole for Checken, and he's down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Case. They lead it 10-0.
First down goal.
7:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock continues to move. Full house backfield here. Meyer, Checken, and Dykeman. No receivers in the game right now. 2 tight ends. Whalen calls out the signals. They'll hand to Corey Checken from the 3-yard line. He dives ahead. Is he in?
Just short.
They do not signal touchdown. Checken down on the 1-yard line.
Tackled by number 47, Tim Mahan.
That's literally it. On the 1-inch line.
A gain of 2. The ball marked inside the 1-yard line. 2nd down.
Checken picks up 2 3/4 yards. And a whistle, and we may have a timeout. I believe we will.
Official timeout, another injury for Wash U.
Another player limping off. Not hurt quite as bad as Olivos a moment ago. Brett Schiffman, the junior linebacker, comes off the field. And now the Spartans will line up. Again, that full house backfield at the 1-inch line. Dan Whalen will go under center. Deitman, Checken, and Meyer in the backfield. No receivers in the game. 2 tight end set. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 10-0 Case. Dan Whalen calls out the signals. Takes the snap. They'll go to Checken. Puts his head down. Still driving forward. No signal yet, and it looks like they kept him out. First time today they're able to stop Corey Checken on a short yardage situation. It'll be 3rd and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
Clock continues to tick, though.
No gain on the play. 3rd down goal.
So a no gain. Dan Whalen, I think, may have just used a timeout.
Or he's going to use one as the clock ticks down.
17 left on the game clock. That will get the play clock, rather. That will get the game clock down to about 6 minutes when they finally take the timeout. So Whalen standing there with the ref and calls the timeout with 6:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and goal for Case when we come back after this timeout. It's 10-0 Spartans in the fourth quarter. Back after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
6:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. Case on top, 10-0, 3rd and goal. The ball inside the 1. Case will try again with that full house backfield. They tighten up the formation here, right behind Dan Whalen. Whalen will dive over the top, and he is in for the touchdown. Dan Whalen goes airborne as he takes the snap, dives in for the score, and the Spartans extend the lead to 16-0 as they punch it in on 3rd and goal with 5:59 to go here in the fourth quarter. Sam Coffey will come in for the point after. Colasar will hold. The Spartans extend the lead now by another touchdown. Coffey with the PAT. It is up and it is good. 17-0 Spartans with 5:59 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout. Back with more from Francis Field in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Located just 1 mile west of University Circle, the Intercontinental Cleveland offers several excellent options for dining. Visit Table 45 Restaurant and Bar, voted Best New Restaurant during 2008 by readers of Cleveland Magazine. Table 45's award-winning world cuisine features specialties from India, South America, Europe, and Asia, as well as Sunday brunch, a private chef table in the kitchen, weekday chill-out, happy hours, and free valet parking. Or enjoy the North Coast Cafe, a local favorite well known for its American continental and international buffets with service during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Table 45 and North Coast Cafe are located at the Intercontinental Cleveland at 9801 Carnegie Avenue. Call today for more details. 216-707-4100.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
Back at Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri, the Spartans leading it by a score of 17-0 as they have used a 10-point fourth quarter to extend the lead, which was 7-0 after 3 quarters of play. But they have opened up some daylight. They lead it 17-0 with just under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Dan Whalen, a 1-yard touchdown run going over the top of the pile, and the Spartans extend the lead. The kickoff from Sam Coffey is an end-over-end drive that'll be taken by Weiss at the 10 to the 15 to the 20, 25-30, 35-40, and ridden out of bounds. And I believe that it was Sam Coffey who wrapped him up and drove him out of bounds. Dan Whalen, his his fourth rushing touchdown of the season, gives the Spartans a 17-0 lead. Return comes out to the 44. First down and 10, Bears. The Spartans defense trying to post their first shutout of the year. The shovel feed to Glenn gets to the 45-yard line. He's wrapped up there and knocked down by the Spartans.
Spartan tackle by number 54, Richard Doolin.
You hear the announcement there, Doolin on the tackle. Also Dale English in there on the stop. 17-0. The Spartans now leading it. And the Spartans unable to get it in with checking, so Whalen does the final heavy lifting on that dive into the end zone.
And put the WashU's wall or back up against the wall.
Buck Smith to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. This time finally caught. They tried to hook up with Easton Knott several times today downfield. That time right in the middle of the field. He makes the catch at the 31-yard line. Pardon me, that's the 36-yard line. 36-yard line where the catch is made. That's a 19-yard pickup, and Buck Smith back to throw again. Quick offense. They go to Knott now deep downfield. Almost intercepted by Luis Gonsalves. Incomplete as Knott again was ranging deep downfield. Second down and 10 from the Case 36-yard line.
Well, Gonsalves went for the football. Let Knott get behind him. Knew he had some help over the top. Ball went right through his hands. Had a chance for an interception.
Under 5 to play here in the fourth quarter. David Wilson, Ed Doherty. Nick Miller, our studio engineer. We're in St. Louis today. This screen pass is caught, and it is into the hands of Matt Mangini, the first time we've seen him today, and he runs down the near sideline and knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Several Case players with an opportunity to grab Mangini to the line of scrimmage. Mangini ran through at least 4 tackles on his way for a big 15-yard pickup.
Mangini, his 28th catch of the year. He had missed the last 2 games, but that's the first time we've seen him in action here today. Mangini out of Columbus, Ohio, played his high school ball at St. Francis de Sales. Makes the catch. Easton Knott lines up wide on the left, 2 receivers on the right. First and 10 from the 19. Buck Smith firing downfield for Knott. Diving attempt is incomplete.
Boy, was Smith hit hard when he went to release the football. John Genovese, Lisa Sala just knocked Smith into the turf. And we were down on this turf earlier, Dave, and It's a field turf surface. It has the pellets that we're used to on the newer surfaces, but it's a very hard surface.
It really is. Installed in 2004, and it is not a real spongy feel to that down there. Very hard. Second down and 10 from the Case 19-yard line. Washington football down 17-0 to the Spartans. Buck Smith rolling out, fires it out of the backfield to Matt Glenn, and he slips down as he makes the catch at the 18-yard line. A pickup of just one, third down and 9 for the Bears. 4:04. Clock continues to move. Time not on the side of the Washington University Bears today. In danger of seeing their 15-year streak of winning seasons come to an end today. Back to throw Buck Smith to the sideline, and it's incomplete.
And some other streaks on the line, too, for WashU. They haven't lost a game in week 10 or the final week of the regular season. You have to go back with it 1993.
Right, they've won 14 consecutive Week 10 games under Larry Kinebaum, and as we said, they've had 15 consecutive winning campaigns. Have not lost to a Case team here in St. Louis since 1990. But right now, trailing the Spartans 17-0 with 3:43 to go in the fourth quarter here in St. Louis today.
Well, and should Case keep them off the scoreboard, it'd be the first time that WashU's been shut out since the 2005 season when Chicago did it.
Buck Smith, fourth down and 9. Back to throw. The senior quarterback dumps it off to Glenn, makes the catch, and he is tackled short of the first down. He is tackled at the 13-yard line, and the Spartans will take over. They needed to get to the 9, and the only option for Buck Smith was Glenn out of the backfield on the release valve of the play, and it was well short of the first down marker.
Look for a lot of Corey checking in the next 3.5 minutes.
Bears have all 3 of their timeouts, but it's a 17-0 Case lead with 10 fourth-quarter points to take a very tight ball game and take some of the suspense out of it. Greg Meyer checks in the backfield. Sutka is in at tight end. Holmick on the left. Colasar on the right. They'll go to Greg Meyer, and he puts his head down, dives ahead to the 14. A pickup of maybe 1 for Greg Meyer, who has a good day going rushing the football. Case has dominated the stat sheet today. They have really shut down WashU in a major way. The defensive effort today really has been the story.
Well, that final drive for WashU picked up just over 50 yards. Coming into the drive, WashU had 65 on the day. And Case now approaching the 350-yard mark on total offense.
Right now, 3 minutes between Case and an undefeated regular season here in 2008. And Whalen calls out the signals and takes the snap. He'll hand to Meyer. He gets tripped up near the 15-yard line. It'll be third down and 8. A whistle blows and a timeout taken now by WashU as they try to reserve clock here. 2:43 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll step away for a 30-second timeout. Back after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Quiznos at the Circle is proud to team up with Case Athletics as a platinum sponsor. Quiznos offers the great taste of fresh, hot, toasted subs. Great food just goes well with great athletics. Mention that you heard this ad during the Case football game and receive $1 off a regular sub and $2 off if Case wins today. Offer good till Tuesday, so hurry in to Quiznos on the Circle. If the Spartans win, so do you. Quiznos, the best damn sandwich in the land. Quiznos at the Circle and Case Athletics, partners in excellence. Quiznos. Toasty.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
Larry Kinebaum for 20 seasons at Washington University.
2:43 to go in the fourth quarter. David Wilson, Ed Doherty back at Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri, on the campus of Washington University, where the Spartans lead it by a score of 17-0. Third down and 8 for Case. They're working at their own 15-yard line. Whalen goes back, hands to Bill Deitman, tries to break through a hole, but gets out only to the 19, a 4-yard pickup, and it's 4th and 4, and Case will have to make a decision here on 4th down. Washington takes a timeout here with 2:36 to go in the football game. Second timeout taken by the Bears. They will have one left. It is 17-zip Case with 2:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we need to mention this important piece of information, Ed. We have not had a chance to work this in, but it's too good to pass up. Brennan Fox is a freshman tight end for the Washington University Bears. He's not seen action today, or very limited action.
He's a long snapper in certain situations.
He is a world-class cup stacking
competitor, yeah.
And in fact, he has finished as high as third in the world in cup stacking, and his sister Emily, who is a basketball player at the University of Minnesota, is a former world champion in cup stacking. I mean, what can you say? You have to take your hat off to someone who competes on the world stage. Whalen punting this one away. Spiraling kick all the way back to the 37-yard line. It's caught back there, and then an immediate tackle. Punt hauled in by Brandon Brown. He was quickly tackled.
He bought on coverage for Case, got away from his man, and as the gunner came down that sideline and just smacked Brown as he caught the football.
Tackled at the 37-yard line, no return. Great punt by Dan Whalen. And the Spartans will pin Washington back now in their own territory at the 37-yard line. Brennan Fox and his sister Emily, world-class cup stacking champions. Back to a quarterback. Bug Smith is out of the game. Screen pass to Matt Glenn. He gets out of bounds.
Number 16,
Mitch Bartell is in there at quarterback now. He's a sophomore, 6'1". Buck Smith currently ranks 5th on the all-time passing chart at Washington University, playing his final game in a Bears uniform today. 2:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. 17-0 Case.
Well, Smith needed 131 yards to move into fourth place coming into the ball game.
They're probably very close to that, if not surpassing that mark today. Here's the snap back to Bartell. He'll go to Glenn again across the 40, and then he is ridden out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Mitchell Bartell's pass complete to number 40, Matt Glenn.
It'll be third down for the Bears. Well, the Spartans have come in very tough conditions today. Very cold here today in St. Louis. Mid-30s for most of the game today. It was 37 at the outset. Very windy and cold today, although we have not had the rain or snow that we expected. The Spartans still playing on the coldest day of the year, and they have come out and responded very well with perhaps the best defensive effort that we have seen in the last 2 years. Back to throw Bartell, deep downfield, has a man open, pass is caught, and this may go. It's at the 15, to the 10, to the 4, and tackled. Austin Mormon makes the catch from Bartell from the 42-yard line of WashU all the way down to the 4-yard line, maybe the 3 of Case Western Reserve.
Well, the Spartans saved the shutout, but that may be momentarily.
On the play, and now Bobby Bott almost intercepts Bartell's pass into the end zone intended for Mike Weiss. And it's second and goal from the 3-yard line with 1:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Minute and a half to go here in the football game. Second down and 3. Minute and a half to go. Second down and 3. From the 3, Bartell to throw, and a little swing pass out to the far side is knocked down and broken up. Almost intercepted by Mike Pelyak, who would have taken it the rest of the way for a touchdown, and he'd been able to haul that one in.
Third down goal.
Third and goal from the 3-yard line. Case trying to keep the Bears out of the end zone. They've done it all the way down to the final minute and a half of the ball game. The end result not really in doubt right now. Case leading at 17-0, 1:28 to go. Bartell calling out the signals, takes the snap, looking to the end zone. He'll fire it again. That ball is knocked down. Jeff Brown was there. Dale English was there. Not sure who got a paw up there and knocked that ball down.
Now the Spartans looking to protect that shutout. 3 straight defensive stands on first, second, and third down.
Calderon was the man who got the hand up to knock that pass down. The senior out of Brecksville. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. 1:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. Case leading it by a score of 17-0, trying to keep the shutout intact here. Bartell from the shotgun. And now a whistle blows, stopping play, and it's a timeout taken by WashU. It'll be their final timeout.
The Bears take their 3rd and final timeout.
4th down and 3 from the 3-yard line. A 55-yard pass play got the Bears down to the 3-yard line. Well, Ed, we were talking a moment ago about the possible projections for Case Western Reserve by D3Football.com. And again, it is very speculative, but they had Case going into the East region, which unfortunately for the Spartans also includes Mount Union as the top seed. And of course, a lot of things can happen today between now and the selections tomorrow afternoon, but a possible first-round matchup with in-state school Otterbein.
Well, and you have to look at last year. Case was right around 12th, 13th, 14th in the country, yet still ended up with a number 2 seed in the East region. So it all comes down to the selection committee, what they do tonight and through the day tomorrow, lining those teams up.
And again, with Division III football, the NCAA reserves the right to kind of move teams around to make it a little easier in terms of travel arrangements. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Bartell to throw to the end zone. It's intercepted in the end zone. Brad Paramore picks it off in the end zone. Brad Paramore, an interception, and the Spartans hold on 4 straight plays at the 3-yard line.
Be a more fitting way for this game to really end, Dave, than a defensive stand by a unit that this afternoon through 3 quarters had given up less than 70 yards in total offense. And today they've now come up with 3 turnovers, 2 of them here in the second half. Pitched a shutout for the first time since last year against St. Vincent, and St. Vincent was a school that was just beginning football. This is a huge win back-to-back against WashU. First time they win here in St. Louis since 1990. The last couple of years, Case has really exercised a lot of demons. The win over Worcester last year. Back-to-back perfect seasons now for the Spartans. Win here in St. Louis. And the Spartans continue that streak, Dave. 21 consecutive regular season wins.
Brad Paramore with his second interception of the season. A big defensive play to stop that would-be scoring drive for Washington. And the Spartans will run out the clock here. Dan Whalen will take a knee with 35 seconds left, and that should do it. The Spartans will complete an undefeated regular season at 10-0 for the second straight year as they knock off Washington University here today in St. Louis by a final score of 17-0, and the Spartans ready to celebrate on the sideline as the clock continues to wind down. They are already lining up for the post-game handshakes. The Spartans perfect in the regular season again in 2008. Congratulations to Greg Debelak and his staff and all of the players on the Spartans as they have won 10 straight games here in 2008, as well as capturing the University Athletic Association Championship outright for the second consecutive year. Case 10-0, and they await the selections for the NCAA Division III football tournament, which comes up tomorrow afternoon. Coming up, our post-game show will follow from Francis Field. Ed will have a look at all of the stats. We'll have post-game interviews for you as well. All of that coming up as we continue our coverage of Spartans football. 17-0 the final score. Case the winner today in St. Louis. We'll be back with more after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.